Hello and welcome once again to Voice of the Coast. We are on the water again, coming to you from Bayou Buff with Mac Wade, the Executive Director of the Port of Morgan City. A couple of shows now we've been looking at a lot of the work that's going on in the area. This one's going to be a little bit tough to show you because it's a really sunny day and that affects the camera, but we'll do the best we can. If you haven't seen this and the only way you're going to see it is driving by on Highway 90, take a look to your right if you're going towards Houma. And you see these structures here, and it's been a long time since we've seen something like these. What is this, Matt?
Okay, we're out here on the Bayou Buff side, and behind us, that is the new LNG modulars that are going to be going down to CP2 for Venture Global in Cameron. Cameron is already down there building the new facility for the LNG, the new LNG plant, and that's called CP2. And behind me, you see there's 5 of those huge structures, and those are trains or modulars. Depends on what term you want to use, but that's what drives, that's what takes the natural gas and converts everything so they can load it on the ships to go overseas with it. Now, there's 5 of these. There's a total of 14 that will be built and shipped down. When these things are finished, they're going to load them on a barge and ship them out Bayou Chene, out to the Gulf of America, all the way over to Cameron. So both Venture Global plants, all the components get put together here. We're going to go on the other side in just a minute, but as you look behind me and across the bayou on the Amelia side, there's a lot of the same components. This area is full. I mean, there's over 500 or 600 acres. It's got all kind of components, and some of it is located on the Amelia side. And you say, well, what do? They take those units and they put it on a barge. And if you can see right behind me, there's a barge. Those were on the Amelia side. They loaded that up. Now, those will be somehow, some way, will be placed on these structures behind me when they get through. But they were going to be at 2,000 people by November. I think they're already there. They'll probably go higher than that. Last year when we had Venture Global Plaquemine, we did a total of 14 of those that went down to Plaquemine, 14 of those units. They got up to 2,800, excuse me, 2,816 employees at one time. That was just with one. We got 2 projects going on at this time. We're very, very fortunate. We have the LNG going to Cameron, Louisiana, right here behind me. And in just a few minutes, we're going to take a trip around to, they call it the Snake Pit, out at the old McDermott yard. That's where they're building. They got an order for 10 more. We sent 14 down there. We got an order for 10 more of the original units. These things are going to be about 135 foot tall, they tell me, about 185 foot long. They will pick those things up, set them on a barge, strap them down, and out they'll go. But we'll be around on the other side in a minute, but these things are massive. These are big.
This is a great example of something we talked about in another part of this series. People talk about, for example, Calumet. The LNG industry is just blowing and going there. They have done something fantastic there. Congratulations to them. But people kind of look at it and say, well, why don't we have something like that going? Well, we didn't get that, but this is part of it. We don't have the main thing, but we're part of the job.
We cannot take a 700, 800, 900 foot ship in that's needing 50 foot draft. These places where these plants are being built have to have that kind of draft. Let me tell you, there's a lot of work. They're telling me they're booked to 2032.
Wow.
2032. McDermott sat idle for years. This is the most prime real estate in South Louisiana. This area has never flooded. And it is stabilized land. Of course, McDermott, no telling how many thousands of barge loads of clamshell they used at the time packing this place. But we're very, at least, Chris, we take what we can get.
Yep.
We're ideal. Our 20-foot channel gets this out to Gulf of America, gets it around to the Mississippi, or gets it over to Cameron. We don't have 50 foot. But let's get, at least we're getting something. Some places don't get anything.
That's true, that's true. Tell you what, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna relocate, come take a look at some more of this work from another angle. So stay with us. We'll be right back with more Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to Voice of the Coast with Mac Wade. We have relocated to a section of water people generally don't see. They call it the Snake Pit. It's the back end of what is now Venture Global. This used to be McDermott years ago, and it was empty for a while, you know, and that's when people started saying it was dead. And now we got these structures here coming up. This is a little different version of what we saw earlier in the previous segment. You said each one of these represents about $100 million.
Right.
Amazing.
Chris, one thing, and like I say, there's 6 of them under construction right now. The original contract, we got 14 of them, 14 of the modulars. We built those 14 modulars. Those were sent down to Plaquemine, Venture Global in Plaquemine, Louisiana. Now, one of the questions was, well, how did y'all get all this? Because it's a long story, we'll make it short. Because of Bryce Civil Services, the specialty built dredge that was built with a combination of the Corps, Halimar, Port of Morgan City, and Bryce, we found out how to get the bar channel open. It took years to develop, but we got it open and we have funding. We have a good, solid channel. We have 20 foot of water from here all the way out to the sea buoy in the Gulf of America. And with that, these companies we need that 20 foot so they could send these vessels out. They'll put these things on a barge, sail them out, either take a left out the Gulf of America to go up the Mississippi River or take a right and head over to Cameron. But we're very fortunate, and because of the Corps saw that we figured out how to handle the bar channel, they were able to get us funding, and our delegation got us funding. So it's been very good. So what you see behind us, it's going to stay here for a while because we got a channel and the Corps is backing us on this thing.
Sliding up the Snake Pit here, we're going to take a look at Ladd Industries before we close out this one. But we're talking about this real estate, and we call this not just prime real estate, but as good as it gets in South Louisiana for construction.
It's as good as it gets. It's because our levee system. St. Mary, Morgan City, we have one of the best levee systems, I think, in the nation. Especially from storm surge coming up. We have a tremendous federal seawall around Morgan City. When you get out to Amelia, Bayou Chene has the Bayou Chene floodgate located on it. That was an $80 million project, St. Mary Levee District. They were able to get funding through the Go Mesa project, which was a gov sharing revenue with the different states, but $80 million was put in. That's even another safety factor to keep this area from flooding. I've been here 50 years. This area's been around way longer than I've been around, but this area has never flooded. This is good, stable land. You don't get much stable land now. Man-made, they put a lot of effort in to make it stable. They hauled a lot of limestone in over the years to make it solid. But these warehouses have been here 50, 60 years. They haven't settled, but you can see you're high up. So Mac, it's not that high yet, but we got a floodgate that's that's going to protect you. And that floodgate has served its purpose. It has served its purpose.
All right, we continue back up the Snake Pit. You pass a fence, and now we come up to Ladd Industries. Another place that's just blowing and going. Looks like they've got dozens of projects going on at once.
They got projects going on from all over, from here to outer space. The thing is, too, I see behind us there are coming up, one of the barges says Catalina, and it's talked about California, Avalon. That's Avalon Island off Catalina. People come from all over the country, all over the world to have their stuff built down in this area in South Louisiana. We got the best fabrication yards, we have the best workers. All this has been going on for years. That's how these companies come down here. They could go to a lot of other places, but they chose to come down here. But Ladd Services, you're right. Lee's got Lee's big in the barge business. He builds a lot of new barges, but then he repairs a lot of barges. But Lee does a lot more. Lee's got, like I say, he's done work with SpaceX before. He's doing work for them right now. He's got some projects going on with them as we speak.
And this is the deck barge we were talking about. It's
going
to be home based in Catalina
Island,
California.
Yeah. Long ways from home.
And as I understand it, somebody else built the crane.
Yep.
And Lee put the crane on the barge.
Lee's doing all the fabrication work and everything. Yep.
And as we close out, we can't quite see it yet. but there's another vessel that he built for SpaceX. Of course, we know that's kind of been not the money, but the publicity behind that. A lot of work for SpaceX. He built those barges.
You got to be pretty good to work for him, all I can tell you. And he's had he didn't get one job with them, he's had multiple jobs with them. But he's got some work, you can't see it, but up in his big warehouses along here, fabrication. I heard he's doing some fabrication on 2 of the SpaceX barges there also. Let's see, coming up.
How are we doing on time? We're about out of time. We're not going to quite get there. If we swing it, we'll see the SpaceX. But we're just about out of time on the segment. Yeah, thank you, Sonny. Move the camera up there, and then you can see the platform up there. That's some kind of craft for SpaceX. And with that, we'll close out the show. Sonny, we're about out of time.
Thank you, Chris. Thank y'all for your time.
Thank you, Mac. Thank you to Chad Hebert and Les Rolfe, our pilots for this voyage. We'll see you next time on Voice of the Coast.